This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. Let's get right to the very latest on the coronavirus and its impact on Indiana. Today we learned Indiana's death toll from COVID-19 is now 562. That's 17 more deaths confirmed since yesterday. The number of confirmed cases in our state, more than 11,000. More than 61,000 people have been tested so far in Indiana. Beginning tomorrow, the Indiana State Health Department will host more COVID-19 drive-through testing clinics around the state. 4 new sites will open in Fort Wayne, Gary, Greensburg, and Sellersburg. The clinics run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. They are open to symptomatic healthcare workers, first responders, and essential workers. Testing will also be available to symptomatic people who live with one of those workers, along with people who have COVID-19 symptoms and underlying medical concerns that put them at higher risk.
It's an interesting time. I think this is new territory for everyone.
As the COVID-19 pandemic continues and the need for personal protective equipment remains in high demand, companies are answering the call to help. Catalyst, a product design and development company based out of Indianapolis, has had clients request for them to start making PPE. On a typical day, if there wasn't a pandemic, the company would design and produce everything from baby toys to car parts and medical equipment. In just 2 weeks, they have gone from design to prototype to production for PPE. Right now, they are receiving constant requests for quick development and production of this equipment to help battle COVID-19.
It's an unusual time to be in business, especially our type of business. We've got a lot of requests for PPE, personal protection equipment, a number of masks, goggles, face shields, and a lot of those products that we're doing for clients, they're large customers that, personal protection equipment is not their core competency, but just based on what's going on, they want to do their part, so they're shifting some of their production over.
The CEO says the masks have been tested and they could go to frontline healthcare workers. So far, they've made a few thousand products. By next week, they will be in full production with tens of thousands of products being produced. As businesses take steps to protect their employees, we are hearing from the president of a commercial cleaning company here in Indiana who is busy right now during the pandemic. Stratus Building Solutions of Indiana cleans gyms, schools, and office buildings. Recently, they've received a lot of phone calls from businesses concerned about employees showing COVID-19 symptoms and the steps that they need to take. Stratus follows CDC guidelines, which calls for employees to leave the building for 4 hours to allow droplets to fall to the ground, and then they sanitize everything. The company's president says they never used to get emergency calls, but now they do.
That's really shifted as a result of COVID-19. I mean, my phone has rung really around the clock. We've become more responsive to emergent situations as they've kind of popped up, and making sure that we're sanitizing those facilities and giving people a chance to get back into their work environments if they're an essential business as soon as they can.
The company's president says your biggest concern when cleaning should be high-touch areas like doorknobs, keyboards, and refrigerators. He says it starts with prevention, like washing your hands and sanitizing these areas daily at home and in your workspace. RTV6 is spotlighting businesses who are still open during the pandemic. In this edition of We're Open Indy, Troy Washington is working for you to introduce a florist who is adjusting to the COVID-19 restrictions and still letting customers know she's still in the business of brightening up their day.
Started working at Gilbert's when I was in high school.
What started as a part-time job in high school blossomed into a lifetime love for all things floral for Lisa Slimmer.
I bought the shop in 2004.
For more than a decade now, she's owned Gilbert's Flower Shop, brightening people's days with floral arrangements, no matter the occasion.
It's kind of become my passion. I, love beautiful flowers and floral design, and just kind of that's a part of me.
She admits, though, COVID-19 has slowed the flow of business.
It has certainly taken, its toll on us. We've, had some pretty slow days, and just, I've tried to do what I can. I am taking deliveries, and we've had a few people come in for pickup orders.
She's even offering curbside service so people can pick up their orders while social distancing.
Do everything we can to make our customers happy, and personalized service is certainly something we do. I work every day. I'm there, hands-on.
Even with the modifications, Slimmer says business is not the same as it usually would be during this season. In the springtime, she has Easter, Mother's Day, and even prom to typically look forward to.
This season is prom season, and unfortunately, none of the kids get to do that.
Though the COVID-19 pandemic has changed how things are done, the florist wants to remind customers she's open and flowers are still a great way to brighten up someone's day. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Troy, thank you. Lisa's Shop also has deals of the day. Find more details on Gilbert's Flower Shop when you read this story on theindychannel.com. During the pandemic, many people are turning to their faith to help them stay positive and get through this time where they can't see family or friends. That is why members from Lawrence United Methodist Church on North Shadeland Avenue held this surprise parade for their pastor. They say Pastor Joseph Johnson has been there for everyone in the congregation, not only before the virus, but constantly throughout this time as well. They say they have had virtual service on Sunday, Bible study twice a week, and church prayer groups on Wednesday using Zoom. So today they wanted to show him just how much they appreciate him.
I kid you not, when the cars came by, I thought it was one car, and I just was like so surprised at that one car. And then when the cars kept coming, it was overwhelming. An incredible show of love for the congregation. And the ironic thing was today in the message, I was trying to show that I love the congregation. That was the whole purpose of today's message.
I love that. Well, the congregation all met up at the church, stayed in their cars, and then drove by his home with those signs, honking their horns and waving. A total of 63 members and 2 horses took part. Tonight, a Greenwood restaurant is helping feed healthcare workers that are on the front lines treating patients with COVID-19. Bubba's 33 on US 31 is holding a 2-day fundraiser, and tonight you can still help. All you have to do is mention Franciscan Health when you order your carry-out food, and the restaurant will donate 10% to the hospital. The money will then go to buy food for healthcare workers.
We take a really big community approach in our marketing, and we like to just build relationships. And Franciscan was a relationship we've had for a couple of years now. We've really been working with them a lot on the food front, and we wanted to do something else to help them out.
Lots of friends and family in the healthcare, and by them doing things like that, it says a lot.
Bubba's is open until 9 o'clock tonight if you are looking to pick up dinner and help local healthcare workers. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast, meteorologist Kyle Mounts joining us from his home studio. Kyle, that sunshine was really nice today.
Yeah, Nicole, we had those cloudy skies to start things off, but now we're seeing some rays of sunshine over downtown Indianapolis, and that's helping those temperatures to rally. We've made it to 60 degrees with that southwest breeze around 10 miles per hour, and you'll find those temperatures generally in the lower 60s. Martinsville at 60, 66 in Lafayette. A little cooler, though, in Bloomington at 58, and that's where we've got a little more in the way of that cloud cover, but we're going to continue to clear that out here as we go through the next several hours. You can see sunshine back there into portions of Illinois. Temperatures in the 50s through 10. We'll talk about some areas of frost coming our way in a few minutes.
Kyle, thank you. Still to come, more protests in American cities as lawmakers focus on how to contain the economic devastation caused by the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's terribly exciting. That's why we do it.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Throughout the weekend, Americans in several states have taken to the streets protesting stay-at-home orders. You saw such a demonstration yesterday right here in Indianapolis. Many people want to get back to work and back to their pre-pandemic lives, but there are concerns doing so too soon could lead to another outbreak in cases of COVID-19. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimber with the details.
Many Americans frustrated by stay-at-home orders are protesting those restrictions, calling on their states to reopen.
Liberate Colorado!
The president seeming to support them.
I just think that some of the governors have gotten carried away.
Some critical of the president's message to liberate the states.
To have an American president to encourage people to violate the law, it is dangerous because it can inspire people to ignore things that actually can save their lives.
And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi insisting his message could put the U.S. in further danger.
His earlier delay and denial caused deaths. And so it's very important that we walk the line that is close to evidence, data, science.
New York's Governor Cuomo standing by his stay-at-home orders.
We showed that we can control the beast. And when you close down, you can actually slow that infection rate. We still have to make sure that we keep that beast under control.
Many believe the key to reopening the country will be testing.
We're working on expanding testing strategy across the United States, but in deep partnerships with governors, and more importantly, in partnership with the lab directors who actually know precisely what the issues are that need to be solved.
More than 45 experts now joining forces to create a plan to get America back up and running safely.
We all had to learn PPE, and we all had to learn about R0 and flattening the curve. And now we have to learn about TTSI, okay? Testing, tracing, supported isolation. That's how you find the cases, you get people treatment, you get people isolated.
Danielle Allen, the head of Harvard's Safra Center for Ethics, is leading the bipartisan panel that includes doctors, economists, and political scientists. The plan centers around massively ramping up testing for the virus. They want 5 million tests per day by early June and up to 20 million a day by late July. Legislators are still fighting for more relief for workers, and with the president at odds with some state leaders, turning this testing plan into a reality still faces political challenges. Andrew Dimber, ABC News, Washington.
We've been in and out of those clouds this afternoon, and so you're going to need those sunglasses here for about the next hour before that sun sets, as we're starting to get more and more sunshine. But actually reporting in Indianapolis now, the clouds temporarily taking over once again with that temperature at 60 degrees. Now tonight, with those clearing skies, we're again going to find our temperatures dropping back into the 30s, and especially north of Interstate 70, we could have some of that patchy frost. I don't think it's going to be widespread with a low of 34 in Peru, but if you've got some of those sensitive plants out there, you may want to cover them up once again. 38 the low in Indy and Columbus. So I think really that chill in the morning is going to be your biggest issue if you're heading out for that morning run. Otherwise, some great weather, and hopefully you can get outside during the day on Monday, because we are going to enjoy some sunshine across the area, and temperatures responding to that pretty nicely here. Already we're talking about numbers that get back into the 50s by 11 o'clock in the morning, and we'll see those numbers into the lower and middle 60s for our Monday afternoon. So again, back about where we should be for this time of year. 64 in Bloomington for your Monday, 62 in Muncie, and 61 in Lafayette. It's not going to stick around very long, though, because as we look at the temperature trend, it doesn't go back and forth a whole lot more than that, does it? We kind of get this seesaw weather pattern with high temperatures either at or below average the next several days. That first shot of some cooler air is going to come by the way of a chance for a few rain showers going into Monday overnight. It's going to be very light, very scattered. Most of us won't see any rain out of the system. In fact, it is out of here as we get into our Tuesday morning, and that will leave us with some dry conditions going through our Tuesday. But as mentioned, it's also going to be some of that cooler air. High temperatures, again, we're talking about numbers not getting out of the 40s Tuesday afternoon in Kokomo and Muncie. We'll be at 53 in Greenwood and 54 in Columbus. Fortunately, the temperatures do bounce back pretty quickly. Again, it's temporary, though, as we go into the 7-day planning forecast. We're back to 65 on Wednesday, but I think Wednesday morning, that's our best shot of seeing some of that more widespread frost. Temperatures will start off there in the middle 30s for us, and then numbers do start to rebound a little bit here as we go into the end of the week, but it's also a little more active. A high of 58 with some rain likely on Thursday. It looks like those showers will come back into the forecast on Friday. And next weekend right now looking a little bit cooler than average. Highs in the upper 50s, so that's certainly bearable. But it does look like we'll have the chance for some showers going into our Saturday. So, Nicole, it looks like about every other day we've got some nice spring weather coming here in central Indiana.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. Well, getting your car fixed may not seem like a big deal right now, but it can be crucial for essential workers these days. Coming up next, see how one local line of auto repair shops is keeping some very important vehicles on the road. We've been talking a lot about restaurants around our area that have remained open over the past few weeks, but many other businesses are just as important. Not many vehicles on the roads right now, but it's important to keep them all moving. Brad Brown shows us how One Indy auto shop is giving back.
Most of us are not doing a lot of driving these days, but for many, being on the road has to happen. The likes of medical personnel, first responders, not to mention the thousands of trucks and transports it takes to get the essential stuff that we all need from point A to point B. That's where car service centers like Best One Indy come into the mix. With 10 locations around the area, Best One continues to take care of the vehicles that are helping take care of us. Best One is offering vehicle pickup and delivery if you're not able to get away. And they have also added curbside drop-off for vehicles as well. On the commercial side, they have a steady stream of semis, vans, and trucks coming through to stay ready for action. Best One Vice President Scott McKenzie talked to us about his crew and being able to continue servicing at this crucial time.
They're happy to be here at work supporting our customers, whether it be somebody that needs to get themselves to work or whether it's people that go to work to help others through the medical industry or whatnot. But yeah, it's been a nice sense around here. This is kind of unprecedented times for everybody, but we're here to take care of anything you need. Like I said, we've been doing it for 34 years. We're going to be here for another 34 years.
Best One locations are open Monday through Saturday. For info about service pickup and delivery, call the location nearest you. You can also find that information on their website. And here's a neat promotion from Best One on their Facebook page. You can nominate a frontline superhero of the week. Think medical personnel, first responders, anyone who's out there working hard for us. A weekly winner is chosen. They'll get free oil changes from Best One for a year. They're also running special deals on tires and service for those working on the front lines. Most of the area's big car dealerships also do have their service centers open, but many are having limited hours as well, so be sure to call ahead for that information. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
RTV6, working for you.
A number of businesses have changed their model over the last few weeks. That includes a Tennessee company known in racing, first wanting to help the front line, now making a product available to anyone, a true helping hand. Sports director Dave First with the Sports Extra Spotlight.
You likely know the name. Chances are you definitely know their music label. And you know their passion since the age of 10. Scott and Mark Borchetta are the two behind Big Machine Vodka. Their sponsorship of the Brickyard 400. Whether it's Big Machine Records or Big Machine Vodka, in a Zoom call from Nashville, they're now adding something else during this pandemic.
How quickly did you want to pivot and say, hey, let's help some folks out?
My brother, it was before anybody was really doing anything, and he says, hey, Mark, should we make hand sanitizer? Literally the next day I called him up and I'm like, dude, we got to do this. This is going to be a need.
Within 6 days, Mark was out on the street handing first responders some 100 cases of hand sanitizer.
This is going to be a need months from now, isn't it?
We are now ordering by the 100,000.
Wow.
It's crazy. I can't tell you, we sold 7,000 bottles yesterday.
Production is coming from the same plants as their distillery, an easy modification producing sanitizer which meets the 80% alcohol CDC mandate.
What we did is we made sure we didn't do a gel type thing. This is a product that's much more liquid, so it evaporates more quickly.
Requests are coming in so quickly, the company is actually hiring to fulfill the demand. From small bottles to spray bottles, pints and gallon jugs, and orders on BigMachineVodka.com are coming in from around the world during this world pandemic.
I think what people need to do is keep listening and tuning in. And, nobody was prepared for this.
They've known racing for a while, partnering with drivers like Tony Kanaan, Santino Ferrucci, and Kyle Busch, now doing so much more.
You never would have dreamed that you'd be doing something like this.
We are so, of course, devastated to see what's going on out there, but at the same time, we're just so grateful. My brother and I talk every day and go, how fortunate are we to be in a position to help?
help may be from where you least expect it, for as long as it takes. Dave First, RTV6 Sports.
Nice to start off the work week here with some sunshine. Temperatures making their way back into the 60s. It will be a little bit cooler as the week goes along and a little more active by Thursday and Friday with rain chances coming back our way, Nicole.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a great night.